Then Rachel Joseph of Iowa State in 5. Joanne Reed, another Arkansas Razorback. There's 5 through the 4 heats of this 400.
Isabella Whitaker, she's gone 51.69 this season. But yes, Dwight, keep an eye on Joanne Reed on the outside there. She's gone 51.76 for an all-time personal best, 51.80 at the SEC meet. And I think it's going to take probably a mid-51 run to get into the final.
So a lot more work to do from lane 3 to get that pole. They stay in their lanes through the first 2 turns and then break for the pole on the finishing straight. And you want to get that pole without breaking stride, but if you don't get the pole, you still don't want to break stride. Sixteen athletes in this event. The top 8 times will advance to tomorrow's 2-section final. From the inside, Brown of Arkansas, Whitaker of Penn, Joseph of Iowa State, and Reed of Arkansas.
Well, keep an eye on the Arkansas runners. What they've managed to do so well is dictate the pace in a lot of these races. They push hard in the first 200 meters, get the lead, control that pace. They're just a little bit more well-conditioned than everybody else as well.
Reed on the outside is going to get the pole, and there's a stumble. Like I told you, you don't want to break stride. It's Reed followed by Brown, the 2 Razorbacks up front. Bella Whitaker in 3rd, but trying to make a move on the backstretch on Kaylin Brown, who stumbles a little bit there and gives up that 2nd position. Joanne Reed continuing to lead, but it is Bella Whitaker trying to challenge on the outside. Again, it's all about time, not about place. Brown making a move on the inside. It's almost a blanket finish for first, but it goes to Bella Whitaker at 52.93, unusually slow. But perhaps that is the speed of the track. We will have to see what happens in the other 3 events, but I'm surprised to see that time out of that field.
Well, it looked like the Arkansas runners really pushed the pace, but watch as Joanne Reed goes to the inside. Whoa, and she just blocked her own teammate, which looked like she got clipped a little bit, fell into lane 1, but that really seemed to push Kaylin Brown back. Kaylin Brown made a nice run at the end, but boy, she was off stride with 200 meters to go. And Bella Whitaker fighting hard on the outside, Dwight. Just too much contact, too much slowing and going in that 400 meters, and that will certainly affect the time.
There are the official results with Whitaker at 52.93. We will watch closely to see how these times go. Speaking of Coach Carroll, her former coaching position at USC, Yemi John, the sophomore, also from Great Britain.
Well, she was on that World Championship team last year as well in that 4x4, and you know she had to just be biting her lip watching the Team GB at the World Indoor Championships in Glasgow just last week.
From the inside, Anning of Arkansas, Oakley of Texas, then Butler of Georgia, and John of Southern California. And there goes Aaliyah Butler out hard in this first 100.
Well, she didn't waste any time at all. That's exactly what Coach Carroll wanted her to do. Get in the fight early. And I think Amber Anning certainly took notice.
Amber Anning, she just doesn't look like she's running that fast until she's just running faster than everybody else. It is Anning who gets the pole. Nobody broke stride. 23.8 at the 200. Butler following closely behind, and the others trailing. We should get a good sense of what this track is capable of for these ladies 400-meter runners with Amber Anning. She takes these prelims very seriously. Anning, Butler, then John. That's more like it. 50.73. That's just 0.3 of a second. Now corrected to 50.74. There are the lane assignments with Rosie Effiong of Arkansas in lane number 5. She just saw her teammate Amber Anning drop a 50.74, so they know the track is fast enough From the inside, it's Kanisha Phillips of Indiana, then Masa Borema of Auburn, Effiong of Arkansas, and McDowell of Illinois.
Well, Effiong is doing what she does really well, and that's pacing. She knows what she needs to do, and every time especially in the qualifyings, we've always seen her hit the time that she needs to. Look at that move into the pole position. This is just what Arkansas wants. Get out front, control the pace, and then push hard at the end.
Got the pole without having to break stride, 23.63. That's the second fastest 200 split so far of the 3 heats. Effiong now starting to pull away. And again, it's all about getting a good lane draw for the final. So she is going to push all the way through to the finish. 51.15, the flash time for Effiong, corrected to 51.17. So the second fastest time run so far through 3 heats. Only her teammate, Amber Anning, has run faster today. Well, so the bubble has now changed to 52.97. That's Kaylin Brown of Arkansas. Joanne Reed ran 1/100 slower. She is outside the bubble. She will not advance. So right now, 3 Arkansas athletes, but the third one is the bubble. So anybody who runs faster than 52.97 from this heat will bump her out of the finals. From the inside, it's Sutherland, Michigan, then Price of Arkansas, Glenn of Colorado, and Arnold, Jermaisha Arnold of Texas A&M.
Well, and there's a lot of experience on the outside there. Jermaisha Arnold at 22 years of age. She's run 51.73. The transfer from Coastal Carolina. She knows how to run this 400 meters. You see Nikisha Price moving up on the inside.
Price is going to get the pole. No one is breaking stride. So that's an advantage to her. Now they've got to run against the clock. If they're paying attention, they know what they have to do. 24.29, second slowest 200 split. So they got some work to do. Nikisha Price, followed by Savannah Sutherland. $52.97 is the bubble. She comes through in 51.73. That is going to be the 4th fastest time of the day. 52.26 for Savannah Sutherland, so she's under the bubble, as is Jermaisha Arnold. So that's going to push some people out, including Kaylin Brown. So Arkansas only advancing 3 out of the 5. They, of course, wanted all 5, but that first heat was rough.
Well, Nikisha Price, she runs with a very aggressive nature, and you see here she does a great job of front running. But this is what Arkansas does. They get out front, and they just push the pace. And I was kind of glad to see Nikisha Price go down to her knees, put her hands on her knees, and breathe heavily afterwards, because these Arkansas runners just don't look like they're ever tired. But a good effort from the junior from Arkansas.
So there are the results of that final heat. 2 or 3 of those athletes will get through to tomorrow's final, led by Nikisha Price. So Arkansas will have 3, and with that 50.74, Amber Anning runs the second fastest all-time semi, with Britton Wilson in the fastest, but she did it at altitude in Albuquerque last year. So Arkansas needs the points from this particular race if they're going to defend their title.